All right, good morning everyone. Welcome down to McLaren Bowling Club for this Bowls SA and Spacequake Sports live stream of the Men's Country Carnival. We've got the singles semi-final. I am Isaac Trenorden from Bowls SA and I'm joined here with Ian Haslett, better known as Chook. Welcome, mate.
Hello, Isaac. How are you this morning?
I'm going well. Beautiful day for it down here at Marion.
I tell you what, the green looks an absolute picture, as you'd expect. But, yeah, going to be a good day for bowls, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. The boys, the greenkeepers were here nice and early, prepping the greens. Obviously a big week here at Marion with the Men's Country Carnival also to follow. But in the singles semi-final here, we've got Les Carter from McLaren Vale Bowling Club up against Gerrin Jenke from Berri Bowling Club. Gerrin has got the mat. His first bowl is coming down here now.
Very lovely start. Lovely start.
Certainly is. So 6 inches past the jack for his first bowl.
Breeze a little bit gusty, Isaac. Probably going from left to right as the bowlers are putting them down. As you can see, Les's first bowl just jack high to the right hand side, left as we're looking at it on screen.
That's it. So typically always pretty windy here at Marion. We've got a bit of a morning breeze coming over the back of us at the moment, sort of easterly, but no doubt towards the end of the day it will be coming from the west. Gerrin Jenke, what a cracking follow-up and cracking first end to get us started.
Hence the reason why they're in the finals. Gee, I tell you what, that was a good nut. That was a beauty.
Les Carter following down here. It's a great attempt, just a touch wide. Speed's fantastic. Now, Chook, we've also got, of course, the other semi-finals going on here. So the other singles semi-final, we've got Gary Smith from Laura up against Mark Wrigley from Streaky Bay. So the winner of these two games will feature in our live stream, our next live stream for today. We've also got our Country Carnival 4 semi-finals occurring now as well. So a couple of rinks over. We've got Wright, Larson, Ainsbury and Ackland, all from Region 3, against Valent, Rook, Chapman and Brown, all coming from Region 4, all coming from New York, in fact.
Yes, the Tigers colours on.
That's correct. In the other 4 semi-final, we've got Dabinet, Van Dyke and O'Shaughnessy against Brand, Murdoch and Brand. So we'll try and keep you guys updated with their scores throughout this game where we can. Of course, our focus being on this stream game.
Currently, Jenke holding 2. He's put his 4th down, so he can't do much more about this head. As Carter makes his way down on the backhand side again. Coming in beautiful, but it's going to make its way through. First end down. Umpire who... one question I'd like to ask you, Isaac, is the umpires, are they from the Marion Club?
That's a very good...
Or has Bowls SA organised them? Is that a question that I shouldn't have asked you?
No. It's an interesting one. It's both. Obviously, Bowls SA does organise the umpires, but just so happens that Paul here is from the Marion Bowling Club.
And the umpire just showing 2 to the crowd that are here. A small gathering of people here having a look at the semis.
Yeah, it's a good point, mate. Of course, round robin starting tomorrow, and we've got the pairs also to come later this afternoon. So this crowd will definitely build as this day progresses.
Weather forecast for Wednesday looks fairly interesting, Isaac, as you've no doubt had a look at.
Certainly have, mate. Yeah, 39. I think it's scheduled for Adelaide Airport. So
I'm from a little town called Gladstone, and I'm out doing soil testing at the moment. And which is something that I don't usually get up to much as far as getting out in the heat. But Wednesday, Gladstone's forecast to be 44. So there's a very strong chance, Isaac, that I won't be doing any soil testing on Wednesday. As Jenke has got shot probably around a foot behind or 30 centimetres behind the jack.
Yeah, another very strong start from Gerrin.
Yeah, another nice one down. Gives him a couple. The breeze is coming from the left of your screen, heading right, for those people wondering. And also those people that are wondering, we're positioned, actually the bowl's just made its way past us. You'll be able to see us every now and again just on the edge of the green. Nice bowl by Carter. Well done on a good week as well, Isaac. I'll mention that throughout the coverage. But bowlers, I think they've done a great job considering the weather conditions we had earlier on last week. I'm sure all the Country Carnival bowlers have enjoyed the week.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Gerrin following up with another very good bowl. Carter currently nothing past the jacks. Probably not the end of the world yet.
Not sure. We haven't got the scoreboard up and running yet. Do we press the buttons on that? Do we, Isaac? Or because currently it's showing 0-0, but we can tell you that Gerrin Jenke did get 2 on the first end, and Les Carter, lovely work to get shot. This is the second end. Predominantly coming out our side, meaning the going forehand coming up this way and going backhand the other way down. So keeping on the one side of the green currently, making the breeze do the work. Carter's been up to have a bit of a look, and he's got shot. I think he's only holding the 1, but we'll keep an eye on that. Looks to be wide, this one. It is making its way in. Thinking it's going to be 1 to Carter. No measurement required.
That's it. So Carter gets himself on the board with a single. So 2-1. 2 ends played. So thank you everyone for tuning in. If you are watching, let us know where you're watching from. If you've got questions, throw them in the comments. We'll do our best to respond. Simon, I got your message there, mate. Yep, Pez, of course you're involved with Todd. So I guess it's a little bit of a waiting game here. If Todd can win his 4s, then you won't play till a little bit later. But if he happens to lose, and Les is also in the pairs, and he happens to lose his semi-final, then we may be able to kick the pairs off a little bit earlier. So Gerrin following the backhand. So the commentary box side, it seems to be the favoured hand so far, Chook.
Yep, haven't seen anything come in from the other way yet. Is Simon just sending us a text to make sure that everything's okay in regards to him getting here on time? Is that the reason behind that text message, do you think?
Correct.
Carter once again coming our side. You can see the commentary box in the background of the live stream there. Kitty is on the tee.
So Gerrin, I've played a lot of bowls. Well, I wouldn't say I've played a lot of bowls with him, but I've known Gerrin for a long time, and body language off the mat is always hard to tell if he's happy with it or unhappy with it. So
it's a very good point, because I know when I play, not that I'm much of a player, Isaac, my body language gives it away straight away. So Isaac, tell us a bit about yourself. I don't know much. I've spoken to you a few times. and we're just seeing one that's going on the opposite side. This is the first one, I reckon, that's been on this hand, on that side of the green. It's cutting across.
I was going to say, it's still getting a reasonable amount of turn, maybe not quite as much purchase off that last couple of feet as we saw on the commentary box side. But
tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you play yourself, and how long have you been with Bowls SA, Isaac?
Yeah, good questions. I've played since I was 11, so what are we talking here? 16, 17 years now. Played bowls and been at West Lakes Bowling Club for the last 10.
Yep, lovely bowl by Jenke, getting the shot. And West Lakes, how they're travelling this year?
Oh, next question, I think.
Right, we'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. There's Carter. Looks like it's going to cut across.
Yeah, disappointing here from Carter. He got himself on the board, opted for a long end and just wasn't able to nail it. So, Gerrin with a bit of a free kick here. No bowls left. Final bowl of the end, holding one. Can he capitalise? Track is very good. Speed's good.
He's got one back close to the ditch as well, which I don't think's in screen. Don't know whether it'll come into play. It's going to be 2, I think. Yeah, 2 to Jenke.
Takes the score now. 4-1. 3 ends played. The other singles semi-final looks to be 2-all. Gary Smith and Mark Wrigley. So, Chook, we had just over 750 participants throughout this men's country carnival this week. It's a pretty good effort by the country people to get down and support it.
And as I say, you've done a good job as far as Bowls SA getting it all done and getting early starts on Monday when it was hot, etc. Follow up to the question, because we've got sidetracked by the game in front of us, which is probably appropriate considering we're supposed to be commentating it. But how long have you been at Bowls SA?
Good question. I started there in 2019.
Yep.
Moved to Sydney for a couple of months and then came back into a new role with Bowls SA. So I've been back now just over 3.5 years, I reckon. Come close to 4, actually, shortly.
The body language of Jenke you were talking about before, he looked away. He wasn't overly happy with the way he released that one. Funnily enough, it's coming back to take shot. So he fooled me with his body language. He didn't look happy.
Yep, it's easy to get trapped in how we... I guess, yeah, the way he displays himself out the hand, it's always tricky to know if he likes it, doesn't like it. Carter here just slipping through.
Jenke makes his way in. He's going to give him the second shot. Probably gone through a bit less than 30 centimetres, probably around 25 centimetres behind. Holding 2.
Carter on a reasonable track. He's going to need to latch onto something here.
Yeah, it's gone through the gate. He's got 3 catches at the back there if he's good enough, Carter, to sneak it back there with his last bowl. But Jenke gets an opportunity to do something about it now.
A nice high line again. Doesn't want to sit between the 3 bowls.
Yeah, good bowl.
Well, does that entice Carter to play a bit more weight here? He's got everything back and down to that corner side. Plenty of bowls to sit. Will it turn enough?
Yeah, it's all about his weight. It's all about his weight. And I reckon he might have knocked one out. keep an eye on that with the umpire. Oh, it's a little bit misleading when you're looking from a distance. One being pulled out already, so it's definitely one. They're going to measure for a second.
They pulled the second one out,
yeah,
measuring
already,
for a third.
Yeah. And we might have some viewers that might not be aware of the laws of bowls, Isaac. But the umpire's staying out of it, which is good. He's just there as a supervisor, I guess, isn't he? Yeah, just the one.
No.
Just the one. He took the second one out, knowing that it wasn't worth measuring that one, I think, Isaac. So it was just the one to Jenke.
Right, roger that.
Yep. But just those people that are watching that might not know much about bowls, and to be honest, I play it, but I'm no genius when it comes to rules. But the umpire, basically, if he's asked a question, he says yes or no. He doesn't give too much away, the umpire, because he has to be deemed obviously very neutral. And the umpire just stood back and said, rightio, well, if you want to measure, you let me know what the result is, and I'll let everyone else know once you've decided. So that's probably the best explanation I can make to what the umpire needs to do. Isaac, is that a fair call?
Yeah, I'm in line. I'm on board. They are a marker, though. I will
there
be
you
up
go.
on that,
Okay.
not an umpire.
Yep. Sorry. There you go. There's one mistake I've made already today. My apologies.
So Carter probably forced out to the other hand here. Doesn't look too far away if it's got the speed. It does. It's a pretty good start. He's already had one crack on that hand earlier. Previous end going this way. Falling short a couple of times, in fact. Gerrin also swapping hands, just sliding past. That'd be his first crack on that hand today, or that side of the rink, I should say, for today.
And we don't have any favourites, of course, Isaac. We're very neutral with our commentary. But do you know much about the two bowlers that we are watching? You mentioned that you've played a bit with and against Gerrin. Are the two of these bowlers well known to you? Like, are they always around the mark when it comes to country carnivals?
They are, mate, and probably to that point, any bowls competition for that matter. Gerrin, I think, recently played in the BPL Cup.
Okay, yep.
Qualified through, so played interstate with that. Of course, Bushy played 151 state games, South Australia. Yep. Was the state men's coach for a number of years as well. So
Bushy, of course, being Les Carter.
Of course, yep. And Gerrin, maybe obviously a bit younger, so...
Where did you get the name Bushy, do you know?
Do
you know where it came from?
I don't, I should, but I actually don't. I couldn't tell you. I'm sure someone will let us know in the comments. There's plenty of people tuning in.
It might not be allowed to be broadcast. We might have to, we might have to keep it PG rated. The umpire's having a good look, and the umpire once again showing that he's got to be very neutral. He said, "I'll be honest with you, I don't know." He doesn't know who's got the shot.
So Carter got his own on the way in.
Oh, made its way through. Bit of a ricochet. Didn't slow it down. Kept on going.
It'll be interesting who does have shot. It's sort of on the screen. It does look like Carter does have it, ever so slightly. Great camera work here from Spacequake.
Very quick measure, and you're right. Carter got it.
Carter now moves to 2. Jenke 5. 5 ends played. So the last end that he won, Chook, he opted for a longer length end. We've got the mat up here. Jack on the tee.
Yeah, gone to the tee again.
And I've got the pleasure of listening to some birds in the background, mate, which
Yes.
we've streamed here at Marion many times over the past few years, so the birds in the background is a nice sound compared to the exhaust of cars, trucks, and honestly, we could get a tally going for how many ambulance, police and fire sirens we will hear here today. But
now that you've said that, you know what's going to happen, don't you? Nothing to do with bowls, but a big call out to those people up north that are in the having the issues with the bushfire, the fire up at Wilmington as well. So our thoughts go to all the CFS and all the volunteers that are doing all the work, trying to and have continued to try and make places safest for us. As Carter comes on the backhand on the way up here, he's going to be shot. Jack high, as you can see. Nice little gathering of crowd here to watch the semi-finals. As we can see in the distance, the Marion Bowling Club is absolutely in beautiful nick. The curator over on the other green. Send him a cheerio if you know who it is there, Isaac. Do you know who he's marking lines at the moment? Big call out to all the curators of all the bowling greens around regional South Australia there, Isaac. They do a great job.
Absolutely. Four brilliant greens here actually for the men's country carnival over the next few days. It'd be an absolute treat to play on this week. Similarly out at Lockleys. We've actually played Pennants out there a couple of weeks ago, and the couple of greens that we could see, and under 18 state champs for that matter, and all three greens looked an absolute treat as well. So female or male playing in the country round robin this week, you're in for an absolute treat for those greens. Gerrin here.
Yeah.
Switching hands, just falling short. It'll be interesting.
Cut one out, I reckon. He's cut one out. Once again, the umpire's been asked to give an opinion if he's got one. He believes that Carter is holding the shot. His final bowl. This end has it got the weight. I reckon it has, and it's gone through that gate. Is it going to stop? Yes, it is. It's going to be the best out of the lot down there. That gives him a second one. That gives him two. Currently trailing by 3. As Jenke puts his bowl down, his last one for this end. It's on track. Is it going to take the kitty back with it? Yes, it is. Great bowling. Really good bowling by Jenke.
Yeah, brilliant. 2 shots down there. Just over the draw. Probably a bowl and a half over the draw. Grabbing the jack on the way through. Collecting 1 shot takes him to 6. Just starting to poke away as well. First to 21 here for the Men's Country Carnival singles semi-final and final.
It'd be nice to be able to give a bit of an update on some of the other semi-finals, but we're not too sure what some of these scores are. But I think it depends whether the scoreboards are actually being kept up to date there, Isaac, on the other games.
Yeah, it's a good question. The scoreboard does read 3-6 in the other singles semi-final. Gary Smith 3, Mark Wrigley 6.
And there are a couple of people there, so I'd imagine that score is correct. There's someone manning that scoreboard, so that's good. Just back on the curator's side of things, as we see Jenke put down an absolute beauty. I don't think it's a toucher, but it's close enough to being a toucher. The umpire just coming over and saying, yep, that's good enough for me. I'll put a bit of chalk on that. But the curators, it's funny, the curators are the best curators in the world when you've won a game of bowls and you've bowled well. But when you haven't bowled well, the curators get a bit of a flogging, don't they? But no, the curators do a great job on all greens around regional South Australia as well as here in Adelaide. We played at Salisbury, and I'm no great bowler, mate, so I can't comment too much on on my quality of bowls, because my quality wasn't good for the week. But played at Salisbury on Monday and played at Millswood on Wednesday, and not only were the greens lovely, but the people in the surrounds and the volunteers and the mills and everything, you could not complain. It was absolutely a brilliant day both days. So big call out to all those clubs that look after us while the country bowlers come down to play the Carnival. It's really been very much appreciated.
That's it. The Metro clubs love having all the country bowlers down for this tournament. I see Carter here cracking.
Yeah, good bowl.
Shot bowl, popping the jack out. Down 2 shots, but
Opened it up a bit, hasn't he?
he has, yeah. He's giving himself the chance now to draw it off. So Jenke now back on this commentary side. Has been the turning hand. We'll see if this one gets back all the way.
Scoreboard's just been updated on the other singles final. It's now 7-8 in favour of the Streaky Bay bowler.
So Carter out on the same commentary box side. Saw Jenke's did get back most of the way, so it's going to be on Carter's speed here.
Gee, once again, good bowl. Just fallen over.
Yeah, maybe done enough to be just the 1 shot down now.
This is looking good as well. It's on track to go straight next to the kitty and maybe even sit on it just for good measure. Have a look at that.
Yes,
that is a lovely bowl by Jenke.
Pretty clinical from Jenke so far in this game.
Umpire's been asked, what does he think the score is? The umpire said 2 down. So Carter's now got a decision to make. It's the first to 21. It's not the amount of ends that you play, it's first to 21. Carter lets it go and follows it down. Looks like it's going to cut across.
Yeah, it was probably just lacking a little bit of speed there as well, but reasonable attempt.
Umpire said 2, and that's all that there will be.
So Gerrin Jenke now out to 8 shots, Carter 2. 7 ends played here at Marion Bowling Club for the Men's Country Carnival singles semi-final. We do have the 4 semi-finals going on here as well. It's sort of tough to see their scoreboards. Obviously more people around. The pairs semi-finals also to follow this afternoon. One more live stream as well today, which will be the singles final. So the winner of this will play the winner of Gary Smith and Mark Wrigley, who are playing next door.
Big call out to Spacequake as well, Isaac, who does all the technical stuff to make sure our live stream can go on air. So if you're enjoying the live stream, thank you to Spacequake, rather. I was going to say Spacequake then. I better not get the name. Better not get the name wrong. But hopefully you're enjoying the coverage.
That's it. They do a brilliant job. We've been partnered with them for quite a long time now, a handful of years. Be over probably close to 4, I reckon, 4 years. And they just, every stream just gets better and better.
I'm involved in a footy live streaming service, Isaac, and I know the technical side of things is very complicated when it comes to making sure you get a live stream on air, and they've got all the cameras, all the things set up beautifully here, Spacequake, so great work when you know you can rock up and everything's ready for you to go. All you need to do is whack on the mic, and we've got the easy job, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The next door, Gary Smith has picked up 1, so that takes them to 8 all. See their scoreboard just in the right of screen. Carter, forehand. Maybe just struggling a little bit at the moment, Chook, just to really nail his bowls. Jenke's really been clinical thus far in nailing more or less every bowl he puts down.
I'm only guessing, Isaac, but I think the front bowl would be shot. It's a bit hard to see from here, but Jenke, he's going to try and rest one inside to make no doubt whatsoever. So that's probably 2 to Jenke currently. Carter knows what he wants to do. He was on the mat very quickly. I think he's making its way down towards the commentary box side. And is it going to hold up? Once again, I think it has. Probably the shot, I would think. But once again, a little bit hard to see from here. Isaac's being hassled by the magnificent camera woman from Bowls SA. Give her a plug. Give her a plug there. What's the camera woman's name who's done such a good job this week?
Yeah, Lucy Tillot.
Lucy, she's done some very good photography throughout the...
among other work, mate.
Yeah, no. Her camera work's been brilliant. Putting all the photos on Facebook. I know a lot of people appreciate that too.
Yeah, we make an effort for all of our events to get to as many venues as we can, get as many photos as we can of all the participants, get them up on social media.
Jenke holding shot here, Isaac, and Les Carter... The umpire can't give too much information, so you're going to see this quite a bit, I would think, throughout the day, where the player comes up and has a bit of a look for himself. The umpire's got to stay very neutral. I'd like an umpire to say, hey, Chook, I'd like you to come down this hand with a bit of, I'd like the umpire to give information, but he's not allowed to.
It's interesting here. I assume Carter just be on the forehand again, just trying to draw him off. Just can be a nice positive draw. It looks to be just the one shot, so can get a toucher for 2, sit the bowl. Bowl on its way. It looks to be a touch wide.
I reckon it might only be the one. It might only be the one, I reckon, to Jenke. But once again, we'll stay tuned. The umpire just waiting to see what the players say. Jenke's having a look, a measurement, trying to get the second. It is a close one. I do favour Carter's closest. So we'll keep an eye on it. Currently the lead is 6 shots to Jenke. Great quality game. And yes, it is confirmed now to be 1 to Jenke. That takes him out to a 7-shot lead. Early stages. First to 21.
He's first to 21, mate, and it's probably the first string of ends we've seen so far. Jenke now holding on to the last 3. Currently up 9-2, as we see on the top of our screen. It's interesting, Chook, if you have a look at Jenke's delivery, it's pretty much textbook all the way through. Just a little funny little step he has while on the mat with the right foot first and then steps out with the left. I just reckon he's had it more or less his whole bowls career.
I hadn't noticed it, but I'm certainly going to take notice of it now.
Carter also very textbook delivery. Played this one pretty well. It's enough for shot, still lacking a little bit of speed. Gary Smith next door, stringing a few ends together too. Takes himself now to 10. Mark Wrigley 8.
Jenke's second comes in. Once again, probably going to be a measure there. I'd probably favour Jenke's second bowl as shot bowl, but once again, too close to call. As Carter steps up to the map, he doesn't take it. He doesn't take much time to get to the mat after Jenke hops off.
No, definitely
I like
not.
it. I like the fact that he knows what he wants to do.
Well, he could potentially wins this game. He's still got another pairs game. Wins the pairs game. He's got potentially 4 games today. So getting through quick will no doubt benefit him in the long run here. And I dare say a few long days ahead as well with the round robin.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd want to love bowls to be playing the amount of bowls that these guys are going to be playing. It's exceptional. I believe on Friday, the fours, did they play something like 45 ends to if they've made it through with the knockouts?
Yeah, for the pairs on Friday. But yes, 4 games to get down to a semi-final.
Yep.
Big day for all those players there.
What's your pennants on a Saturday here? 25 ends, is it, Isaac?
21.
21, okay. Yep.
21. No break in, I think, from Division 3 up.
Jenke's just drawing that in beautifully. He's definitely got 1. It'd be a measure for 2. And Carter has 1 to come. Les Carter's been down there while that bowl was coming down, so he's got a good view of himself. He knows what he wants to do. He's certainly got the ability to do it. Conditions here are perfect at Marion.
Body language suggests maybe not in love with this one. Can it turn enough? Not going to be enough to draw it off. So slides through just a touch wide probably from what he wanted. Obviously had the opportunity there, Chook, just to arrive up. So speed was probably good, just a touch wide. So pulls 2 shots out.
Yep, that's all. That's all he's going to get is 2 to Jenke. That takes his lead out to 9. Once again, just repeating, first to 21 is the result that they're looking for. Smith currently 10-8 in the lead in the and also holding shot on the current end. So Smith currently 10-8 up in the other semi-final.
It looks like in the 4s next door, it looks that the Nuri Upper team of 4 is out to a 10-0 lead after, what's that, 3 ends, I think?
Yeah. I saw the 10-0, but I wasn't sure which team was which on the scoreboard, so I wasn't confident enough to say anything. In the other 4s, it's 10-2, and once again, I'm not sure. Which team's which there. Isaac, you might know more than I, as you're looking over at the scoreboard, and there's 2 bowlers standing in front of the scoreboard, so you can't see the score, but I'm pretty sure it's 10-2 on that other scoreboard. So you can do the research into that one.
Yeah, thanks. It looks like Todd Brandon team are yellow, so if you can tell me what colour the scoreboard is.
Yep.
Todd Brandon team yellow, O'Shaughnessy and team red.
Jenke currently leading by 9, also holding the shot on this end.
And doesn't look too far away.
I tell you what, this is a nice one. He's probably got a bit weighty on this one. If he rests up against... No, he doesn't need it. He wasn't that weighty at all. Holding 2. Thought there was a bit more weight on that one, but it held up beautifully.
All right, so can Bushy, Les Carter, I should say, get himself into this game? Reasonable lawn bolt. Jenke on its way again on the forehand. Speed looks even better than the first
nice bowl.
2 attempts. Not quite, but it's a great long bolt nonetheless. Here we go.
Carter looks like he's going the old heave-ho. He is going the heave-ho. He's got one out of the way. Jenke still holding 2. Currently leading by 9 and holding 2 on this end.
be interesting how Carter chooses to play this. Jenke looks like he's going to do enough for 3 shots. So does Carter go again? Looks like yes, he will be. So Carter winds up once again, looks better.
Oh, he's knocked out. Well, he's knocked out just about everything except for the 2 that he was wanting to.
Yeah, very stiff there. So it looks like he's just gone through that little gap there. Jack and bowl on the left-hand side of screen. 1 bowl left on the rink, barring those 2 we see.
Yes.
So Jenke,
the hell ball got rid of just about everything.
Jenke collecting another 2 here, takes himself to 13. Carter 2. And that is 5 ends on the trot for Gerrin Jenke here. It's been nothing short of textbook so far. Carter just hasn't really necessarily played that bad, to be honest, Chook. Just Gerrin's probably just been that little bit better.
I was just going to say, sometimes you have days like that. Doesn't matter what the sport is. Sometimes you think you're playing really well, whether it be tennis or cricket or whatever the sport is, and particularly with bowls. Sometimes you can have a really good day yourself, but if you come up against someone who's bowling better, there's not much you can do about it. And currently, I mean, it's early days, but currently both bowlers are bowling well, but Jenke's just got that score on the board. This one's going to go through, or is it going to give it a bit of a nudge and probably fall in for shot? Roll in for shot, I should say.
So Gerrin with the little right foot step first, and then out goes the left. Played bowls for 19 years, has Gerrin. Started when he was 7.
Well, there you go. That's the secret, isn't it? That's the secret. Get started early. Yeah. Lovely bowl.
Does both players, in fact, do a lot of coaching, probably in different areas. Gerrin does a lot of coaching with school kids in the Riverland area.
Brilliant. Yep, really good.
So gets a lot of kids into the sport for the first time. Carter, great shot there.
Perfect line.
Of course, Les Carter with a lot of coaching on his resume. Currently, he does a bit of work in Hong Kong, in fact.
Oh, okay.
With the team coming over, I believe, later in the year or a couple of months' time. Also coaches a bit at McLaren Vale and Adelaide. Gerrin Jenke, great shot there. Just correcting on his first 2 attempts. Hold the number 1.
Typical situation of anything you can do, I can do better type scenario with those last couple.
It has been, but Carter not too far away here.
Great
He's got
bowl.
the speed.
Lovely bowl.
Very well played.
Both players with 1 bowl left. Jenke. Now that I've seen it, I can't stop watching it, that little step forward. You mentioned it earlier, Isaac. Looks like it's going to just cut away. Now Carter, he needs to add to this. He's got the 1. He's currently trailing by 11. He's got the 1 shot. Would obviously love to double that.
What a brilliant track.
Yeah, good bowl.
Doesn't want to fall over.
It's fallen over the wrong way, but once again, we'll keep an eye on the umpire. Might only be the 1, I think, but can always be a bit misleading from this angle. Yeah, no, Carter said no, only 1.
So Carter stopping that 5-end barrage from Jenke there. Getting himself now to 3 shots. 11 ends played, 3-13.
Now, Isaac, once again, I know the answer, but for our listeners and our viewers, what's the advantage of having control of the kitty? He's now got the mat. He's now got control of the kitty. What does What's the advantage for Carter now that he's got control?
Yeah, well, definitely gets to choose his length, really, doesn't he? Get Gerrin off that. He's been textbook at that same length. He's played a very similar length all game. So Carter now with the opportunity to change that. Hopefully change the rhythm a little bit as well of Jenke. Carter
That's where we're playing singles. Sorry to interrupt you there, Isaac, but it's important. It's not just about playing bowls as in the bowls that you bowl, but you've got to have control over that white thing as well, don't you? If you can't control the kitty, it doesn't matter whether you're good at long ends or short ends. If you can't control the kitty, you're in trouble.
Very true. Very true.
Do you, how good are you with the kitty, Isaac?
I mean, never had too many issues rolling it.
Lovely bowl by Jenke. I think psychologically there's a lot of people that might be listening that play bowls. Psychologically, a lot of people, once they get that kitty in their hand, they worry. Yeah. They're concerned.
A little bit of overthinking.
Yeah. Beautiful bowl by Jenke to get the shot. The advantage of Carter having the mat and having the kitty in his hand, and Jenke does that, whacking one right next to the kitty and moving it. Good bowls.
Good shot then from Carter. Probably hangs on a little bit there and he turns his own in probably for shot. So a little bit stiff to get underneath and only sort of just clip it and fall away outside to jack high. Jenke there. Reasonable attempt. Probably a bit disappointed not to change the way this looks a little bit or get something past. Carter on the backhand. Can he sit this bowl through? Oh, just a touch wide. The speed was brilliant. Sits that shot bowl flush. He makes 3 shots, so really important here now for Jenke. He needs to really good second wood or change the way this looks. Even getting past if he misses, also really important.
All about his weight. Line looks good, just a little bit heavy, but once again, might be a good position bowl actually, depending on what Carter decides to do. Les Carter has been up there to look at the head. Makes his way back to the mat and armed himself with his last cherry.
So Jenke's still got one bowl to come.
Yep.
After this anyway, so interesting how Carter plays this. Dare say to be very similar to his last attempt. 3 or 4 feet through, trying to sit that last bowl, get the jack on the move. Sitting the bowl and sticking around. He is 3 shots. Tighter line than the last one. Well, he's clipped the front one, but as he's clipped it, the wind has just let Gerrin's roll over. Not sure if it would have maybe changed the result by a whole lot, but definitely looked a little bit stiff.
Gerrin just asking the umpire whether he's still holding shot, and the umpire confirms that he does. Here comes the commentary box side.
Yeah, nice, really high line he's taken.
Gee, that's a good bowl.
I was going to say, a very reasonable attempt. Now, Chook, quickly while we're on this little look.
Yes.
Now, but he did kick the bowls away quite quick, but I just noticed that Gerrin's stickers were uncomfortably not very well centred to his bowl. The OCD in me just cannot. If that was my bowl, I'd be having a mental breakdown.
Don't worry, I've got a couple of. I've got a lot of mates that'll be exactly the same. Isaac, don't you worry about that. The funny thing is that Gerrin might have deliberately done that.
Well, potentially. So gets himself to 14 shots here. Just 7 away now from potentially moving himself into a final of this Men's Country Carnival singles.
Just, I know that I'm going to show my age here a little bit here, Isaac. But looking at all the bowls that are here, there's pairs, there's pairs, there's singles, there's all these. As we see a hellball successfully done by Smithy there, I think it was. Anyway, but you've got all the colours under the sun on these lawn bowls. Back in my day when I first started playing bowls, there was one colour choice. It was black. Now there's colours everywhere and multicolours that send you crazy when you're watching them come down the green. It's it's a different sport from 20 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It may surprise you, Chook, but it was black was the only colour option when I started too.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so it hasn't been that long then. Jenke, have a look at this for a bowl. Absolute beauty. Jack Eye, sorry to cut you off there. Isaac? So you had a black choice?
We did, yes. So I reckon the colour bowls would have come in pretty close to simultaneously around that time when I started. So
can you remember your first emblem that was on the bowls?
Can't remember the first emblem, no. I can remember what I had, the classic 2s.
Yes. My nickname was Chook, and has been for many years and still is. And, of course, when I started playing bowls, I decided, right, well, I'll try and find an emblem that had a chook on it. Anyway, the best I could do, my first set of bowls that I purchased had 3 ducks on it, which was very appropriate because I love my cricket. And ducks, of course, were probably a fair indication of what my batting ability was like, to be honest. But anyway.
Common score. Gerrin Jenke, just a bowl short of the jack there, but 2 cracking bowls.
Yep.
Does have one at the back, just out of picture, probably 6 or 8 feet past. So we're going to see weight here again from Carter.
Yeah, umpires confirmed that he's holding 2 shots. Carter missing probably by 15 centimetres to the right of it.
Yeah.
Got his eyesight in now. I reckon you might even have another crack at it, depending on what Jenke does with this one.
Yeah, I think it'd be reasonable to go again. I mean, Carter's got 3rd and 4th wood, so if he can peel both out, he would get shot. But I dare say Jenke won't be too far away to change the way that this either looks and or what the count is.
That hell ball of Carter's was probably a good enough hell ball. I'll have a look at this for a bowl. That is class bowling.
That is certainly a fantastic bowl from Jenke, but all 3 of these can be peeled out here, Chook. Carter gets it right. Wait again. Better track.
Yeah, well bowled. Well done. There's no doubt about the strength of the hell ball that would have ended up in Victor Harbour if there wasn't any stopping it. Actually, it had some oomph behind it.
Certainly. So the jack goes out of bounds, so dead ends are replayed. So we'll give N13 another crack.
Was holding 3, Jenke. Very good recovery there from Carter. He's already trailing by 11. First hell ball that he put down missed quite considerably by 15 centimetres or so. But that last one was an absolute cracker.
That's it. So Gary Smith and Mark Wrigley still locked in at 10 all. That previous one, Chook, we saw, I think you mentioned that there was a drive played by Gary Smith. He was 3 shots down playing that drive.
Very similar to what we just saw in this end with Carter's bowl.
Absolutely. So Jenke still playing this sort of medium length end. Playing it very well. This one, no exception.
Yeah, great bowl.
So we see the off-centre sticker there. I reckon it's a crime.
It's doing your head in.
It's an absolute crime to put your stickers on like that. But anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a rule next year from Bowls SA brought upon by Isaac Trenorden to make sure that the stickers are put on properly. As we see, it's gone through the gate. Lovely bowl by Carter. Just going through that gate that was left open. If Jenke makes the final, he's going to have to rip those stickers off and put some new ones on, Isaac. Comes the commentary side this time. You know that it's going to be close because he's been close all day. Look at that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why he's in the semi-final. Do we know how fast the green is? I'm sure that people will be asking how fast the green is. Isaac, can you tell us Or even if it's just a guess. Your idea. What do you think?
It looks to be a good 15 seconds, mate. And no doubt it'll continue to get quicker as the week progresses. It does normally start a touch slower today, obviously, with the wear and tear that they're about to get for the next 4 days.
Tell us about the round robin. What's happening from now on for those people that don't know? And is there any live streaming of the round robin competitions?
Yeah, it's a good question. First and foremost, unfortunately, there is no live streaming. It would be fantastic to get that, but this year, no. But the round robin, so the ladies play teams 16, so 4 rinks, and the men play 20, so 5 rinks.
Yep.
8 country regions, they play off against everyone once. You see Les Carter there, 2, maybe 3 shots down, drawing the absolute shot. So Jenke with a bit of a decision on his hands. 3 seconds. Nothing back, so doesn't want to play too much weight, put Carter through the jack.
And with the round robin, sorry to go back to it, but where's it being played for those people that might be interested? There's games at Marion, is there?
There is game. All the men are at Marion.
Oh, great bowl. Gee whiz.
When it's going for you, it's going for you. I mean, Jenke has played nothing short of textbook so far, but very lucky there for the jack to rattle around and stay near his 2-shot bowls.
Gives Carter an opportunity. He's got a target there. He's down 2. The umpire's just called it down 2. He's going with strength.
Yeah, wait again here.
If he hits the right spot. Oh, hello. The flying kitty has gone out of bounds beautifully. Well played again by Les Carter.
Yeah, fantastic. 2 shots down. Opts for weight. Probably a good and reasonable shot, I think, in the end.
Now back to the round robin. Marion, where else are the games being played?
Yep, so men at Marion all week,
yep.
Tuesday through till Friday lunchtime, and the ladies Tuesday through till Friday lunchtime at Lockley's Bowling Club. So we'll have to wait and see a little bit what the weather's going to do. It's havoc on Wednesday. I think it's 42 or 43 for Adelaide, but Adelaide Airport a touch cooler, which is where Marion and Lockley's Bowling Club take their temperatures from.
Well, if it's too hot on Wednesday for you to be doing any work, as I say, I've got soil testing that I need to do back home in the mid-north. If you'd like to come and help me on Wednesday.
You know, funny enough, just sort of something I do need to do on Wednesday.
44 is the forecast for Wednesday at Gladstone. So, if you do come and help me, just bring a couple of litres of water with you, I reckon. Jenke goes long. First one. Carter steps up to the mat. They've already had 2 dead ends. Carter's been good with his on-song slams. And this is a lovely bowl. Coming in beautifully. Probably might even fall over. No, it doesn't fall over, but very nice close one by Carter. Jenke currently leading by 11. First to 21.
That's it. So no time limit for this game, and dead ends are replayed. So,
oh, hello. Here we go. Oh, might just on the wrong side.
Both players won their sections with 2 wins and a loss, and then, of course, to get to this stage, knockout from there. So they've won their last 5 games.
How many entries were there in the singles?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because you mentioned 750 for the total carnival. How many actually played singles?
Yeah, so just over 300. I reckon
Yep.
it was about 328 from the top of my head.
Now, the dates also, for those people that are listening and watching, the dates have already been set for next year's carnival. I know I've already asked you this question, but I'll ask it just for our viewers and listeners' benefit. Can people register now? Can they say, yep, well, we're keen to play? As Jenke, I tell you what, he's done. He loves touching that kitty, but he hasn't got the benefit there. Still in favour of Carter with the shot. Can people register? And if not, when can they register? Have you got a time frame in regards to when people can put their names down?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Typically, registrations will open in June and July. Of course, we'll do our review on the carnival first to make sure we can get our conditions right, have that released at the same time, so people know the conditions, pretenses, etc. that they're going to play under before they put their name in.
Yep.
I dare say that those conditions probably won't change a whole lot of how people enter, but it's always nice, I think, to have all the rules, the format, the days you're going to play, have that all clear before you put your name in.
And it's always interesting, and I know that there's nothing you can do about it, and this is a tongue-in-cheek. This is a tongue-in-cheek statement I've got to make regarding Country Carnival. Jenke puts one back, and he puts it back deep, so...
Yeah, probably a bit disappointed with that, to be fair. That was his last rocket.
Yeah, I think the umpire just signalled earlier that that Carter is holding one with potentially two. There's no confirmation on whether he's holding one or two, but he's coming in beautifully with his last bowl. Going to be a bit long, though, by the look of it. I'm thinking one, but it may be two to Carter.
Yeah, this is always tough to tell with the screen. It suggests one to us, but...
Yep. Bowls have been kicked away, so it's just the one. The umpire signals with the blue, signifying that blue is for Les Carter. But we jokingly, because of accommodation side of things, all the Country Carnivals players, of course, have to organise accommodation early to try and get it at a cheaper rate, and also early to make sure they can get rooms at their preferred accommodation. It'd be really nice to know where you're bowling before you book your accommodation, but I know that's impossible.
Yes.
It's impossible to be able to do that.
Yeah, it would be. It definitely would be great to be able to release that kind of information and know exactly where you're playing. We have toyed with the idea of it. I guess you know, instead of putting your name into the pool and we sort of disperse it out with a blind draw, you could opt. You select the venue that you play at, a little bit like we do with the BPL Cup as well. You know what venue it's at, you know what day it's at, so that's the one you select.
With that in mind, I'd imagine that the majority of, and once again I'm talking out of school here, I don't know, I've never done a survey on it, but I imagine the majority of the bowlers, they head towards Glenelg when they're getting their accommodation. So you can't have every bowling green at Glenelg or thereabouts. So it's as I say, it's more of a tongue-in-cheek type of question rather than a serious one, to be honest.
Yeah. The Western Adelaide's definitely very well supported in terms of accommodation. So
how do you go in regards to, as Carter lets one go beautifully, has he got the legs? They've deliberately done a shorter end, and Carter's first two bowls are short. But Isaac, as far as bowling clubs are concerned, are all city bowling clubs keen to have Country Carnival? Do you? I mean, we don't need to name any names, but do everyone say yes? We're keen to have a day or two if we can.
Yes. Yep. Of course, we try and I think the feature and one of the beauties of the Country Carnival is playing on these grass greens that we have in Adelaide. And
that was my next question. Do you emphasise trying to play on grass as much as you can?
We do. Yes. Yep.
As Carter comes in, is it going to bend enough? Yes, it is. Great bowl. It gives him the shot. He was down two. He's drawn one in beautifully with his third bowl. Currently leading by 10, Jenke.
All right. Does he have enough to turn back to the shot?
I tell you what, that is a very, very, very good bowl. Gee whiz.
That is very, very special, very impressive from Gerrin Jenke. Just to go back.
Yeah, sorry.
No fuss. Just put yourself on the mat, draw it off like that.
Yep.
Beautiful to watch.
Carter, once again, comes down to have a look at the head. Once again, just repeating that the umpire, or the marker, I should say, Isaac corrected me on that, the marker can't give too much information away. So you'll see the bowlers wanting to come down and have a look at the heads themselves.
It'll be interesting what Carter opts to play here. I mean, he's got those two short bowls, a metre and a half short on the backhand side. I mean, there's enough space between them. He could probably have a little bit of a rumble through the middle. Only one shot down as well, so see what he opts for.
He's gone away from the commentary box, which is his backhand. He's going to come around his own at the front there. All about weight. And I tell you what, that is, it's a lovely bowl. He's fallen out rather than in.
Absolute cracking shot from Les Carter. There's no questions asked.
Isaac Trenorden in the commentary box is just throwing himself back and his hands back on the top of his head. That was a classy bowl. That was a brilliant bowl by Carter. Just a little bit of out too wide, not wanting to disturb too much with Jenke.
Yeah, holding the shot, so
he couldn't have. Here I am going to say that he couldn't have got much better, but the way they're bowling, these guys could just about do anything at the moment. They are bowling very well, as that's one shot to Jenke, takes his lead back out to 11. First to 21 will make their way into the final. And as you can see the replay, that falls out instead of in. And great bowl by Carter as the spray goes on, but once again down one.
That's it. And Jenke just opting for his last one as well, Chook, just to, I think, like, it looked like he really just played the length he has been comfortable playing all game. So played 3 at that shorter length end, threw 1 a little bit longer, just to try and get the touch for this end as well. So Matt about halfway, Jack sort of just short of the tee, 1.5 meters or so short.
I reckon the other singles semi-final is tied up at 11 all. So very close game in the other one. In the fours, I reckon 10-7 is the score, looking from a distance, and I think the Laura / Gladstone / Warabra team are down by 3 by the look of that result. And Newry are holding a pretty good, convincing lead in the other fours at 11-1 by the look of that. Isaac, I think that's the way I see it, although the scoreboard's just been updated and it's not a tie with the other singles final. It's currently a 13-11 lead, so they might have neglected to put a score or two up there, I reckon, Isaac.
That's it. So 13-11 in favour of Mark Wrigley from Streaky Bay over Gary Smith. Gerrin, good second lawn bowl there.
So Carter's holding the shot, but once again a bit hard to see from this angle. As he puts his second one down, takes a couple of steps forward, then focuses on it as it's rolling down. Looks like it's going to cut just a little bit across. I reckon the wind's actually died down a fraction since the game started there, Isaac. It'd be interesting to see what you think, but I'm not sure whether you're much of a weatherman, but I reckon the wind has died down slightly. Beautiful day here at Marion.
Whoa. Jenke probably done enough to make that absolute shot.
Getting some messages on the live stream, are you, Isaac? I hope they're all nice. Are they nice messages?
Always. Carter just stuck a touch wide there, unfortunately.
I'm going to ask you a non-related question to bowls very shortly that concerns me a bit, Isaac, but we'll leave that until the end of this end. Jenke out of ammunition, but he's holding one. Cheerio to Spacequake, the live stream crew that are bringing you the live stream. They're doing a great job. They've got cameras everywhere.
That's it. Carter not too far away here.
Gee, good bowl.
Oh, that's going to be stiff again.
He's fallen out instead of in again. That's one to Jenke.
Wow. Cracking bowls from Les Carter here. A few ends back-to-back playing well, but just not enough to hang on for the shot. So Jenke now out to 16. Carter 4, 15 ends played. Men's Country Carnival singles semi-final.
Chase. Jace Dalling's just asking me who's playing in the Rocky River Raiders team. Well, it's Todd Brand. It's the Brand family. It's Todd Brand, Scott Brand and Jeff Brand. 2 sons and the father, and Beadle Murdoch. But a special mention to Lee Claggett, the wrestler. Lee Claggett, very well known for cricket, but he also plays a fair bit of bowls now. He actually filled in for the lead-up semi-finals.
Yeah, right.
Because Scott had to go back for work, so they're currently in a bit of a tussle in their semi-final at the moment. As Jenke puts down an absolute beauty again. The unrelated question regarding bowls I'll ask you after this end now. But no, I'll do it now. Isaac, at the start of the day, the Space Quake guys wanted to do a sound check, and the sound check was basically us talking to make sure that levels were good, etc. And of course, the gentleman who's in charge of Space Quake asked us, "What do we have for breakfast?" Just to cause a conversation. What is Biscoff? You said you had Biscoff for breakfast. What is that?
Well, I didn't just have Biscoff for the record. That would be more criminal than putting your stickers on crooked.
I don't know. I actually don't know what Biscoff is.
It's like a paste, essentially. Like
rightio.
Sort of like peanut butter.
Oh, rightio. Okay. So you put it on toast?
Well, I put it in my oats.
Oh, there you go. Is it a protein thing, is it?
No.
Right.
No, it's definitely not good for you. But if you have it in small quantities, Les Carter, the front knocker,
lovely bowl,
holding the shot. Yeah, in small quantities, you're all good.
Well, there you go. Well, I learnt something today. Our mate at Spacequake, he knew what Biscoff was, but I didn't. So I thought I'd throw you under the bus and see whether you could explain it to me.
Jenke, third bowl here, just a touch wide, of course, probably just looking to sort of crack an egg on Les Carter's shot bowl there. Just push the jack back. So no doubt Carter here just looking to get past the jack. Really important now, nothing past. Jack's really only going to be moving backwards. He's played it very well.
Yeah, good bowl. Wherever it stops is going to be fine. Just a little bit behind, like you mentioned, Isaac.
Yeah, splits both here, so sort of forces Gerrin, I guess, a little bit to play the right speed, you know. An inch down the line or 4 feet down the line. Not too far away. Will it turn enough to rock it far enough? No, not quite. So at this stage, Carter will hold on to one shot. Still got a fourth bowl to come.
Les Carter's been down at the head having a look. He was there while Jenke bowled his last bowl, so he knows what he needs to do.
Yeah, gentle draw here. Doesn't any move on the jack and he goes down. So just a nice draw. Opting for the backhand. So dare say harder to give it away on the backhand with good weight.
It goes to show how much I know. I would have come in the other way and used that shepherd of those two Jenke's bowls, but that's just me. That's hence the reason why I'm not playing today. Just a little bit short by Carter, but he's going to be holding one as the umpire holds up the blue signal to say that's one to Carter. Brings the margin back to 11.
Does 16-5. It's been a cracking game so far, Chook. I'm just looking at the scorecard here. Nothing more than a 2 has been scored at any point. It's all been singulars. And the occasional 2 here from Jenke. Or actually, probably not the occasional, I should say. He's got a handful of 2s, but nonetheless, 1s and 2s, you can't ask for much more than that in a game of singles.
Carter's taken the mat back to the tee, and he's thrown a shortish end, just trying to mix it up a little bit. Just very quickly on the updates of other scores, the Brand family and Beadle Murdoch are currently down by 2 in their semi-final. The Newry-Ipta team is currently up by 7, and the other singles semi-final, the Streaky Bay bowler. Once again, I'm sorry I haven't got the names in front of me, but the Streaky Bay bowler up against Smithy from Laura is currently holding a 2-shot lead, 13-11. So my apologies not knowing the names of the players, but I know Brownie. I know Brownie from the Newry team. He's standing there, double teapot. He's got both arms on the, both hands on the hips.
Of course, we've got the singles men's country carnival here. Singles semi-finals being played at the moment. Fours semi-final also being played. The pairs semi-final, that will be played later today. Todd Brand and Les Carter both involved in that. One involved now in the singles, Todd involved in the fours.
Carter now holding 2.
Switching hands as well.
On the other rink, Smith is currently trailing by 2, but he's holding 3 shots on the end that he's currently playing on. But Jenke puts down an absolute beauty. Perfect line. Just sitting probably 10 centimetres, maybe 12 centimetres behind the kitty. Holding shot. Looks like there's going to be some speed involved here. Oh, that's a lovely bowl. Watch out, Smithy. You nearly get hit by the ricochet bowl. It nearly did too. It made him look up. But well done by Carter. Gary Smith on the other rink nearly got cleaned up by the ricochet rabbit. As Jenke wastes no time to put one down. Goes on the forehand side. As the crowd goes nuts from the other rink.
Yeah, Mark Wrigley, probably 3 shots down there.
He was 3 down. Yep.
Resting toucher.
Yes, the crowd was pretty happy with it. It was a good little gathering starting to happen here, Isaac.
That's it.
Here at Marion. If you're anywhere near Marion Bowling Club, come down and have a look.
Carter, can he dip inside? He has. Will it be enough for 3? From where we sit, Chook, it doesn't look it.
Yeah, I reckon it's only 2 at the moment. Let's see what the umpire... The umpire's not moving. He wasn't asked. Gerrin Jenke just going about his business, and his business has been brilliant today. He's been bowling extremely well. And have a look at this. Is he going to rest? He's going to sneak through. Probably might cut it back to 1, I reckon. But we'll wait for the umpire's decision. 1's been taken out already. Yeah, and the umpire doesn't even have to get involved. No measurement tape, no measuring tape required, and that's 1 to Les Carter. High quality bowls by both bowlers here. Score's probably not a true indication of the quality of the game, to be honest. It's a 10-shot lead to Jenke, but as we can see on the replay, have a look at that. That is picture perfect. You could not have done that any better.
Yeah, definitely right, Chook, in terms of the score. Like you said, 10-shot lead, but, you know, 1s and 2s only have been scored, and to that point, Jenke's been able to keep Carter to 1s only so far. So all 6 shots that Carter has been able to get has all been from singles.
We're talking about 2 very good bowlers here in Jenke and Carter, but I'm going to ask you a question, Isaac. What would you do now that you've got the mat? If you were Les Carter, would you do what he's doing? Just maybe adjusting things a little bit. How could you change? How can you change things to maybe make things happen?
Yeah, definitely. I'd be doing everything I can to keep Gerrin off of that sort of medium length that he's sort of been playing.
Have a look at this. Absolutely beautiful bowls by Jenke again.
Probably be telling him his stickers were wonky as well, to be fair. Although at that point I've probably mentally lost myself if I'm trying to pick up on that.
If you're joining us for the first time, Isaac Trenaughton's already mentioned that the stickers aren't quite on centre for Jenke. He may be disqualified at the end of this game for stickers not being on right, but no, I'm only joking. He is bowled absolutely superbly.
Yeah, so on the forehand again, first attempt was fantastic. Getting a bit of jack on the way through. Touch wide of this attempt. But a brilliant bowl once again.
It's first to 21 in the singles. Is it? What's the story with the pairs and the 4s during the day?
Yeah, good question.
Isaac?
Carter playing speed here. getting through the gap. We hear that big thud at the end, Chook. I should have mentioned earlier, we've got a microphone down each end on the number, so we can hear if and when the markers are talking to the players or answering questions from the players. We can typically hear it, and that's why down this end, the way that they're playing, towards the end they're playing, when we hear the crowd clap, we can hear that quite clearly.
Yep.
So the fours and the pairs, mate, they play 15 ends, so pretty long games.
Yep.
Jenke, wowee. 3 crackers, but a big target now.
It's Carter's last rock. He's going to go with some force, obviously.
Can clear all 3 out if he gets them right.
He's got the kitty.
Jack in the belly into the pit.
That is very good. Kitty's still alive. Bowl that he threw down, obviously still alive. Holding 1. I hope they don't need to measure for 2 because it's a long way. It's a long way back.
Still enough room though here, Chook. He's probably got about 2.5 feet, would you say?
Yeah, close to a metre. Yeah,
nearly 3 feet to draw the shot here. It's just inside the boundary peg.
Carter again. His first attempt with the hell ball wasn't great. His second one, perfect.
So Jenke here, it's only 1 down. Can afford really to try his absolute best here. If he loses it in the pit, so be it. Very reasonable attempt. Line was fantastic, just lacking a couple of feet. So we hear our first siren for the day, Chook.
Yes, I was just going to say, you put the mockers on us. You said that you haven't heard any. As the blue signal goes up to say 1 to Les Carter. Once again, the hell ball, the drive, successful for Les Carter.
That's it, and 3 ends on the trot here for Carter as well. 3 singles, but 3 on the trot nonetheless. 16 to 7.
Faye Kemp's just sent through, am I learning anything? Faye, I am learning a lot. I'm learning that I'm nowhere near good enough to be playing bowls at this level. These guys are absolutely magnificent. Faye Kemp from the lovely township and the lovely bowling club at Port Germain.
There you go. Not too far from Gladstone, right?
Not far from Gladstone, in the Northwestern Bowls Association. You ever been to Port Germain? You need to do yourself a favour, Isaac.
Okay. Roger that.
Not far from Perry. It's not far from Perry either,
yes,
obviously.
Yep.
Beautiful part of the world. Very good jetty too. I'm gonna go on record as saying it's one of the longest jetties in the Southern Hemisphere, but someone might like to, Faye, if you're listening, you can correct me on that. But Port Germain is in the record books with their jetty.
Yeah. So Carter, Matt back on the tee, short jack, and a fantastic start. But Jenke here to ruin the party once again.
Yeah, well bowled.
And a little bit of jack on the way through.
The way these 2 bowlers are bowling, our umpire, what's his name? The marker down here?
Paul.
Paul may have to go and get another spray. He might run out of chalk the way things are going at the moment. Both of these bowlers doing very well, as we can see. The other singles game is currently tied up at 13 all.
We've got a full box of chalk inside for him.
Oh, nice.
He does, so spray chalk aplenty here. So Jenke on the forehand again. First attempt very good. Getting a little bit of jack on the way through. Second bowl.
Yeah, bring out the chalk again. Bring the chalk out again. Just very quickly, the updates. The other single semi-finalists 13 all. The Newry team are currently leading their fours 11-4 after 7 ends. And the Laura Gladstone Warabra team of Todd's and Murdoch are currently trailing 12-8, I think that score is, isn't it, Isaac?
Yeah, it looks to be.
And that's after 8 ends. So we'll try and keep you updated with some of the scores around the grounds or around the rinks, but we'll concentrate on this high quality game where Jenke is currently holding 2. And he might like to add to that. I reckon you might like to put another one on that to make it 3. Great bowling again. Both bowlers still with one in their hands to let go. Isaac.
That's it. So 3 down currently. Les Carter, 4th and final bowl to come. Has been not too far away with his attempts so far. Just needs to nail this one.
What type of bowls are these yellow ones, we've been asked? Do you know, Isaac?
Yes, we do. They're aerodynamics. So Gerrin using a size 4. Both players using a size 4, in fact. Gerrin using aerodynamics, Les Carter, Henselite XGs.
And Scott sent through a message regarding the marker. We're calling him Paul. If it's not Paul, we're going to change his name to Paul now. Anyway, Jenke puts one down.
I'll have to go check on the name now. I'm second guessing.
We've been told it might not be Paul. We'll sing out to him while he holds up 2 markers for Jenke.
Quite certain that
if we sing out to him and he doesn't turn around when we sing out the name Paul, we'll know that we've got the name wrong for the marker. But he's doing a very good job, as all the markers do, and all the volunteers that are helping out.
I think I need to stand corrected here, Chook. Looking back at that, the name tag on his chest does suggest his name is Ray. So
apologies, Scott. That proves 2 things. One is that we should have taken more notice, and the second thing is that my eyesight's not good enough to see his name tag earlier. Yeah, look at that. That is lovely bowling again by Jenke. Now, the good thing about Country Carnival, which I didn't know, and I never need to worry about, obviously, Isaac, is the fact that there's money involved. There's money at the end for the winners. I didn't know that. As I say, it's never going to worry me, but there's good amounts of money on offer.
There certainly is, mate. There certainly is. Part of the entry fee goes to prize money. So, of course, prize money there determined by entry numbers. But the winner of this, winner of the singles, I should say, overall, so not so much this game, but the winner of the singles will pocket $1,000.
Gee, happy days. That's good. That'll cover the cost of the accommodation and a bit more, probably. That's good. As the bowl comes in again, I tell you what, that gives him another couple.
Yeah, this has been an absolute masterclass from Gerrin Jenke.
Once again, a bit of forceful action here with the drive. He's been successful for most of it, and look at that. I reckon the kitty might have gone out of bounds that time. It bounced near the out of bounds marker, but I think it did go out.
Bit of action over in the 4s there. Todd Brand wanting his bowl to hold. Doesn't look like he got the result he was after.
And just confirming that was out of bounds, the kitty. Once again, Les Carter doing well with the drive. First to 21 is what you need as far as winning the game's concerned, and just keeping the head above water, Les Carter, with that drive. Lovely drive. It's about the 3rd or 4th one that he's done today that's been very successful.
That's it. Second dead end we've had so far.
Second or 3rd?
Oh.
Sorry to put you on the...
Now you've got me.
I reckon it's 3rd. I might be wrong, because I've been wrong plenty of times before. The other singles game is tied up at 15-all. So a nice close one in the other semi-final. 15-all in the other singles semi-final.
It is 3 dead ends, my apologies.
It's okay. We're normally not paid to think, are we, Isaac? As Carter comes in, comes the commentary box side. Looks like he's got the good weight. Looks like he's got the good line. Although it is going to drop just a fraction short. Probably, well, still the shot, but still plenty of bowls will get inside of that one, you would think, with the quality of the bowling of Jenke and Carter today.
No doubt. 19 ends played and hardly seen a loose bowl.
Yeah,
really.
no, it's been very good as Carter gets a bit of a nudge up.
So Carter on the forehand again, just looking to add another foot or so on his first attempt. He'll be all over the jack here. Although in saying that, he's on the other hand, so he played it pretty good. Holding 2.
Thank you for all the comments that have been coming in. We'll be covering a live stream throughout the day, and we'll be covering the final. Jenke, is he going to get inside? No, he just gives it a bit of a nudge. Probably brings it back just to one shot for Carter this end, as he gets rid of his third bowl, follows it down. All about the weight. Going to sneak in, and that'll give him a definite 2.
Yeah, great shot there.
As the second siren goes past, Isaac, like I say, you should never have mentioned the fact that the sirens haven't been happening, because as soon as you said that, they've started.
Right.
Just a little bit wider this time.
I was going to say, the track does look better here for Jenke.
Once again, he needs a bit of a guide, or he needs to hit something to stop it. Don't think it's going to affect the 2 shots that Carter's got. The umpire, or the marker, I should say. I've got to stop calling him an umpire. He is a marker. He's been asked to give in his opinion, and he's told that he's told Les that he's holding the shot. Les is just, he can't hear because the sirens are so loud. So he's come down. Instead of asking the marker too much, rightfully so, he's coming down and having a look for himself. He's got 1 bowl left. Jenke's already got rid of his 4.
I wonder if he... if he chooses now, like, if it is what the current situation is on the head, if he, does he maybe opt to just peel that bowl out to collect all 3, or does he just go back and draw a 4th on the backhand? So maybe even just trying to turn it out, get a couple of rolls out of it, maybe even a toucher. Toucher probably gets him the 4 shots, sort of 6 inches or so.
He's showing a lot of interest in it.
Doesn't want to chip it in.
Oh, he's not overly happy with the fact that he's given that a nudge.
Yeah, and if that had turned over onto its the sticker side, over the running surface and onto the sticker, he would have been 1 down. So
and the breeze is sort of in a position where might even blew it over a little bit, but it is going to be 1.
There we go. So did in fact potentially give it away there. 1 shot to Gerrin.
Might be just as well we haven't got a microphone hooked up to Les, because it might have been an expletive. Very unlucky.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. He could have probably just opted to go quick at it. We've seen his drive so far in this game. It has been his weapon, and really kept himself in the game with that drive. So maybe kicks himself a little bit. Maybe didn't go back and just rip it out.
I think Isaac might have explained the setup of Jenke in regards to where the mat is and where the kitty is. It's sort of middle. I think that's a pretty good description. He's got the mat in about the middle, and he's got the kitty in about the middle, the other end. So is that a bowling term, middle, or have you just made that up?
Well, yeah. That's a good question.
I think it's a good one, though. I think you should take hold of it.
Yeah, I would have picked it up from a bowls, some sort of bowls tournament competition wording.
A bit short from Carter that time.
And that's how the big dogs played in the BPL with their mat placement and jack placement. You know, they're predetermined spots that they have to pick for where the mat goes and where the jack goes. Gerrin Jenke.
Out comes the chalk again. We've been seeing a lot of that chalk. We're talking about the fact that when we started bowls that the colour choice was black, 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 black or black. And the chalk choice was the chalk that you'd put on a whiteboard and it would be white chalk and that was it. Well, we've got the pink chalk. And once again, the chalk comes out again. Too hard to see who's got the shot. I think it might be with Carter. Yep. Jenke's actually asked the marker, and the marker believes that that Jenke's actually holding the shot. First to 21. It's not far away. Coming in nicely. Is a little bit wide, potentially. But once again, it's in a spot where if that kitty squirts out, he's there to catch it if it goes out a metre or so, squirting out to that side. But Carter once again.
He's put a lot of bowls in a lot of good areas all game.
Yep.
That one just sliding through.
Both bowlers with one bowl left.
And Gerrin currently on 19 shots. The scoreboard on the screen only suggests 18. But he's just 2 shots away from winning, currently holding 1. Carter can't afford to play weight here. Doesn't want to chip himself out. Gerrin, of course, having second and probably third would too, by the looks.
As the breeze just sprung up a little bit more as you released that bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think it affected the bowl, but just coincidentally, the breeze did kick up a bit. The marker and Jenke both waiting for Les to go up and have a look, but no need. There's Carter obviously trusting the marker and Jenke and said, here's the mat. That's 1 to you. That means you've got one more to make it to 21. Once again, it's been misleading the scoreboard because the quality of game has been outstanding by both Jenke and Carter. If you didn't have the scoreboard in front of you, you wouldn't have thought it would have been a margin of this at this stage. Both bowlers bowling some extremely good bowls.
So Jenke to get N22 underway here. 1 shot away from progressing to the final. It's a fantastic start.
This isn't far off the mark either. It's going to go through just a fraction over. As the other semi-final is getting extremely close. We'll give you a score update on there once the marker has changed the score. Stay tuned throughout the afternoon because we will be bringing you live streams throughout the afternoon as Jenke bowls another one beautifully down. It's going to be jack high, close enough too. Pace from Carter. He's got it again. Oh, he's hit the marker on the way through. It was going out of bounds.
So it will be a dead end. They're going to bring the bowls up.
Yep.
Play back towards the club.
And the marker being Ray, of course. We've been calling him Paul, but the marker's been doing a great job down there. He did a bit of Fred Astaire there to try and dance out of the way of the kitty, but it didn't. Got him on the left foot on the way past. And dead end number 4 for the day. Once again, the hell ball, the drive by Carter, spot on.
He definitely kept himself in this game with his drives. Saw a few earlier. Of course, that one where he potted the jack.
Just seeing a a head wobble comment there. Gerrin's got a bit of a head wobble happening there. Who sent through that message? The Kane Coles school of head wobbles. I haven't seen any head wobbling from Gerrin. He's been bowling very well. I haven't seen the head wobble, have you?
No, I reckon it's the head wobble in terms of trying to steer the bowl.
Oh, okay. Not the head wobble as in, look at me, I'm bowling well.
No,
okay.
not that. Steer the bowl with the head.
Yep.
It's a cracking start once again, though, from Gerrin.
Whatever technique he's using, it's working. He's been extremely good. It's been a great game of bowls here as Carter lets loose his first one.
Just pass on the first attempt. He'll be pretty happy with that, though, I dare say. Keeps the options for the rest of the end open for him. The other singles semi-final here took 15-18 in favour of Mark Wrigley, Streaky Bay, against Gary Smith from Laura.
All tied up after 11 ends in the fours between the Brands and Murdoch in the game that they're playing. 12 all after 11 ends, with the Newry team currently 13-4 up. As another hell ball comes in, perfect, absolutely perfect. Carter actually turned away knowing that it was dead on target and went to go and pick up his next bowl. He was that confident that when he let go, it was never missing the target. Well bowled.
Jenke with a very good attempt on bowl 3. Maybe not enough to be shot, though. Get an understanding from the marker.
Yeah, the marker's been asked. Yep. And Carter has got the shot currently. You would think he'll come on that backhand. Trying to rest against Jenke's bowl, you would think. He's following his third one down. Doesn't look he's got the weight to me. Just going to sneak in front there.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's hard to know whether he's added to his total. Don't think he has. Jenke lets loose with his last bowl for this end.
Does he have the speed?
Yeah,
It doesn't.
I don't know whether
like
he has.
Does.
Don't think he has.
You see the replay. Never mind.
It's Carter.
Probably a poorly timed replays. We see Carter holding one here, looking to add a second. Yeah, if not potentially a 3.
I was just going to say, I don't think the marker's overly confident in saying what second would. I actually think Carter may be holding 2. Is he going to be good enough to turn this one in for 3?
Just doesn't want to lay it over. Doesn't want to lay the yellow over. Hasn't. Would have been game over otherwise.
I'm guessing 2 for Carter.
Yeah, well, they peeled the front one out first, so it does look like it's going to be 2. Wait for the marker to throw the paddles up.
Who is Ray, not Paul?
Ray, yes, Ray the marker.
Yep.
And he does.
2 goes up it goes.
So Carter now to 9. Just reducing this lead ever so slightly. Of course, first to 21.
And he's brought the mat up and he's put the kitty in the ditch. Oh. He changed tactics to bring the mat up from a mat from the edge, a mat from the line. So he brought it up nice and close, but lost control of the kitty. So Jenke now handed the mat. Once again, just for those people that don't play bowls, the control of the kitty's been lost because it went in the ditch. Now it goes to Jenke to have control. And Carter will have first bowl.
Yeah, so Jenke on that sort of, like we said before, took that sort of middle sort of length, although the Jack, well, probably Jack's pretty close to absolute middle here. Matt touch back. But it's one of those things, this is more or less the length that Carter's been playing on these previous ends. So
Carter was almost with where the mat was almost sitting with us in the commentary box. It was very close to the furthest away from the tee that he could get, but unfortunately couldn't control the kitty.
Yeah, and it's a funny one. You know, sometimes here, first to 21, you're one shot away. You've been playing, or your opposition's been playing short most of the game when they've had the opportunity. Do you take the opportunity to try and go tee to tee? Go absolute long end. You only need to get one bowl close. You seal the game.
Yep. And he's put one close here. A little bit long, probably 30 centimetres or so. Yeah, one thing you've got to learn about me, Isaac, is don't ask me any tactics about lawn bowls, because my tactical attitude towards bowl hasn't been great for a while. Love the game, and gee, don't mind that bowl either. Probably gives Carter the one, I would think. Yeah, I don't play bowls often enough to get the smarts when it comes to where the mat should go or where the kitty should be, or just a very good at social outing on a Saturday afternoon for me, Isaac, I've got to say. But I do love my bowls. But anyway, Jenke's put one a little bit longer that time. Still favouring Carter for one here. Plenty of bowls left to be had this end, though, obviously. Carter likes this one. He's following it down.
Needs to hurry a little.
Yeah. He wanted to give it a bit of a boot. Now he's come down to join the head to have a look at see what Jenke does.
Yeah, stopping on the line, he'd probably be disappointed in that almost more than being the fact that he was short. I mean, if need be, the ripping up the middle is probably out of the question. It's been a strong suit of his so far in this game. But it does look like he's holding one. Needs to draw a second.
Disadvantage of what's happened with Les being up there near the marker. He's not going to be asking the marker for any indication. So the marker's standing there like a statue, not giving too much away, but we do think that Carter is holding the shot on this end. Going to come commentary box side. Or commentary tent side. It's not really a box, but we'll take it.
So more speed than the last attempt. Can he get back to the yellow?
He needs to be inside of it. Oh, he's given it a nudge out, but doesn't add to his total. Still favouring him for the one. Jenke, this is for it. This is for the semi-final. Can he sneak one in to get shot?
Yeah.
Carter currently holding one.
Or the opportunity to sit the bowl through.
Missed it.
Just a bowl wide, so we continue on. 23 ends played.
How the nerves when you're on 20, Isaac? Does it get into your head? I've only got one. I've only got to get one. I've only got to get one. Is it playing with his head, do you think, or is it too early to say that?
It's always the hardest one to get.
Big call out to all the listeners and the watchers. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Two very good bowlers. I haven't met either of these gentlemen, but the two of them are bowling some very, very, very good bowls. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch. As I say, the score has been misleading. Just Les Carter is on 10 currently. Just the score hasn't updated yet, but it is. Les Carter is currently on 10, and he's got control of the mat, control of the kitty, and he's letting loose with his first one.
That's it. So we've gone away from that sort of shorter length that he's played recently, Chook. Sort of stretching it out a little bit, not completely ditch to ditch. 2 metres, max probably 2 or so metres from the tee. And,
great start.
And Jack similar.
Needs to fall over, and it does.
Just.
Newry's still currently 9 shots up in the fours semi-final. And the other scoreboards are covered from me, so I can't give you updates on others.
So Carter switching hands here. Has and is the wider hand here this morning.
Yeah, the breeze is going from left to right in regards to the screen, or on that shot. Breeze is going from left to right. And I'd call it gusty. Would you call it gusty, Isaac? It sort of comes and goes. Beneficial for Carter.
Yeah, I think as much as Gerrin would be disappointed with that, it's probably not the end of the world for him. That one's sitting closer. It sort of allows him to be a little bit up and through with his next. Slightly. Carter pushing his third bowl through here. It's a great home.
Looks like the Todd and Murdoch team are down by 3. 12 to 15, I think the scoreboard says there. Singles scoreboard of the other semi-final hasn't been updated. As beautiful, beautiful bowl. That'll give him the win if it stays like that with Carter with one in hand. What's he going to do here, Isaac?
Yes, cracking one bowl from Gerrin. So Carter here on the backhand. Positive draw.
No, he's not happy.
Everything passed. He's not over yet, though, Chook.
He wasn't happy with it. As soon as he let go, he turned around and was about to shake the hands of Jenke.
There was a chance he got a feather off that front one and back to the jack, but it wasn't the case, so they do shake hands. Gerrin Jenke now going on to the Men's Country Carnival Singles Final.
Just for the players playing at home, it's 3 shots to Jenke in the final end. So, no, it wasn't 3 at all. It was. No, the marker hasn't even bothered about showing us whether it was 2 or 3. But anyway, doesn't matter. 21 is all you need to get.
Regardless, so
and he got it. Jenke, very impressive. In fact, it was a very good game.
It certainly was,
very good game by both players.
It certainly was. There was never anything more scored than a 2 throughout that whole game. So 24 ends played. Singles and 2s only scored. Of course, we see there Gerrin Jenke coming away with the win, 21-10. Chook, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Appreciate
absolute pleasure, mate.
Commentary. This has been Chook Haslett, Isaac Trenorden from Bowls SA with this Men's Country Carnival Singles Semi-Final. We will have another stream later today, which will be the Singles Final. I reckon we can expect that final a little bit later today, but it does depend. It's only, 11:25 now, so it does depend on what this other singles semi-final finishing time.
And that's the thing with organisation, and I know we're signing off, but it's difficult when you've got multiple people playing multiple games on the multiple days and multiple finals, so it's a bit hard to know what time everything's going to be scheduled. But once again, Bowls SA do a very good job, and hopefully all of our listeners and tuners-inners, which is no such word, but hopefully you'll come back this afternoon and watch what's going to be a fantastic final. The current semi-final between the other semi-finalists, Smith and Ridley, I think it is, from Streaky and from Laura respectively, currently very, very close to finishing as well, with Ridley currently 3 shots up, sitting 20-17 the score there. So I'm not sure whether we want to stay on and do we want to stay on, or we can't? I don't suppose. No, we can't. We've got to cut it. But hopefully we're back this afternoon, and hopefully you will be as a listener and a tuner-inner. And Isaac, what a great game, and well done to Gerrin Jenke.
Absolutely, mate. It was a cracker. Look forward to the final to come.